Now I got it. My internet was not okay today, so. Well, do you know what happened to? We're not live yet, so you know
Yes,
what
we
happened?
do.
No, we are not. Don't worry.
It's
We are
written
going
here
now.
live.
We are going now.
Okay.
Yeah, now
I
we
don't
are.
know what's happened. Okay, now we are, but I don't know what's happened.
Now, okay. So never mind. I'm going to close here because that's not a big deal. So, okay, let's start. I have prepared a lot of things. Actually, I mean, not a lot of things. I have prepared some listening activities, discussion, and also we were going to go over one part of the reading test of the C1 Advanced. But we're going. Let's
Okay.
try and do what's possible. This voice is so annoying. Anyway,
Yes.
let's go. Okay, I'm gonna show you the slides because we're going to start talking about something that we're not even aware of most of the time, but we do it all the time. Yeah, we're going to talk about hand gestures. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So, how do you signal a waiter in your country? I mean, we're talking about Brazil, right? So, how do
I
you
don't have
signal?
money to go to the restaurant, so no. We usually we use our fingers, point up to the air. Okay, lift our fingers and say, I don't know, just that.
Yeah, that's it. That's basically it. Yeah. Depending on the place you are, for example, if you are at a bar or something, you may just call or whistle. Yeah. Depending on the level of informality of the place. Yes.
Yes.
And how about how do you signal that someone has a phone call?
Okay, that's easy. Make this signal.
Like this.
Yes.
All right. And how to signal that someone is crazy?
Yes, we move our finger in a rounded signal up to our head. And
Okay.
like this. Can you see my screen? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And how do you signal that you're bored? I keep trying to do that to my students to teach them what boring or bored means, and it's so difficult.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I close my eyes and touch my eyes with my hands and like this. And also this can be tired, but
yeah, that's my problem. I always whenever I try to make a gesture, I end up looking like I'm tired. So I just do this.
I don't know. Just look down and make a sleepy face.
Also sleepy. People usually confuse that with sleep. I mean, I guess it's the most complicated gesture to try to teach. I mean, the most difficult word to try to teach.
I usually show them something really exciting and say how the people are feeling here. Then I show a picture of students in a math class. So how they are?
Come on.
So how are they feeling? And well, they're bored. And I'll give you bored or tired, and they say, "Oh, bored."
Some people like math. That's not fair.
Some crazy people like math.
All right. And how would you gesture go away?
I don't know, maybe. I can also make a bad gesture. And but I think this
No,
works
I don't think so. Yeah, maybe like this or
or whatever.
like this. Yeah, that's it. Do we have a universal gesture for help?
Help? I don't know. Do we have?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I don't think so. I don't even know how can I make a gesture to ask for help.
Well, I know how to ask for help when I'm drowning. I guess this is the most dangerous situation in which I could ask for help, because in our case here in Brazil,
Yes.
we cannot ask for help in a robbery, for example, or I don't know what other danger could we get into. So I would do this.
Yes.
I would just
yes.
raise my hand and wave it
And
like
shake
this.
and wave. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
But just when you are drowning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Or maybe when, for example, your car is stuck on the road, and of course you already put the equipment there to signal and etc. But you really want someone to stop. What would you do?
I don't know. Maybe I'll
Maybe
make the
wave
sign
both
of,
hands, or do that. Yeah.
maybe the sign for the people to stop. Actually,
Mhm.
it won't work because people won't
people
stop.
never people never
Yeah.
stop. Yeah.
Uh,
Depending on the
in-
road, depending if it's too deserted.
That's it. Some people said for me a long time ago that maybe you could be robbed if you do that.
Uh, yeah, depending on the place, yeah. Yeah, it's hard to know. It's hard to get it. Um, Let me think. And what about a universal gesture for choking? Do we have it when you are choking
Actually, no. Probably when you put your hands on your
like
neck.
this? Yeah.
Yes, and you try to make a gesture. You are trying to speak because actually, I think you and when you are choking, you
You
can't
cannot
speak.
speak. Yeah, that's why the gesture in this case is really essential. So you should put your hands here and point to your mouth, maybe. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That's weird. The curiosity. Here in Brazil, how do we count with using our fingers? How?
One,
With,
one,
yeah, with
two.
the index first. Yes.
Yes, we start with this one.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, in some countries they start counting with the thumb.
Yeah, sometimes I also do that, but
No, but that's actually in Europe that they do that all the time. I mean, it's as normal as the index here in Brazil.
this one.
They start with the
Yes,
thumb and then the index.
actually, for me, it's more common to use the index, but sometimes I think it's rational. I can count using this. It depends on how my hands are in that moment.
Oh yeah,
The
true that.
position, probably.
And how would you call someone, beckon someone to come to you here in Brazil?
How do you call what? Someone?
How do you beckon someone to come to you? You
What
ask
is
someone.
beacon? This is not beacon. What is beacon? This is
No,
not beacon.
beacon is another word.
It's another word. Okay, this is
Beacon, yeah,
beacon.
beacon is a beacon is to summon, to call, to yes, to
come to your country.
no, to come to you, when you want to you want to ask someone, the person is on the other side of the room, you want her to come closer to you.
Okay, so I'll do this.
Yeah, that is really subtle. People can do this, people can do this, people can do this.
I do this. Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of different ways to do that.
I think this one it's only for girls. They use this.
Or this?
Yes.
When is it appropriate to point, in your opinion?
Um, every time you are with your friends trying to show them something, but uh, well, actually, I don't know. Well, whenever you want, but actually, when you are, it's easier to say when it's not appropriate.
Okay.
But because when you point to someone on the streets, and probably if this person sees you or doing that, she's going to be mad with that. So it's not good. When you are in a party, actually pointing a person, it's not good.
Okay.
Pointing to a person, sorry.
Pointing, yeah. People usually, yeah, we should indicate the direction maybe with the hands, but not like
Yes,
point.
yes,
Yeah.
great. To point it to giving the directions. That's it.
Yeah.
Is it directions or directions?
Direction is I don't. Yeah, it can
It can
be
be also
British.
both.
Both
Okay.
are correct, but I don't remember which one is used more in England.
Okay,
Yes, it's
that's okay.
direction.
No, it's
But
because I
they're
used
both.
directions and you said
Yeah.
that directions and I was confused now though. That's
No,
okay.
no, they are both fine. That depending on the place you are, you're going to hear more one or the other. All right, let's go to the. Just a second. Here, that's it. Now we're going to listen to. Let me see if I'm never sharing. I never share the sound. And we're going to listen to this audio. And in this first part, we are going to, no, actually, let's do the vocabulary first because they're going to mention words that go together, which we call collocations. And they are very interesting for us to learn or to review if you already know, if we already know it. Now let me just leave it here. Can you see them? We have this first
Yes.
hand, widely, spare, make, high, and thumbs. And they go, yeah, and they always go with one of these here. So they match specifically these words here: five, gesture, sense, up, believed, and alive. So, do you know any of them? Do you know any of the pairs that we have?
Make up.
Make up. Okay.
High five.
High five. Okay.
I don't know. Widely believed.
Widely believed.
This one I don't know.
Let's just match here. If we are wrong, you are wrong. We just change it. Next.
Actually, hands alive. No, hands alive. No, I don't think it's that.
We have sense, gesture, and alive.
Hand gesture. No, hand sense. Hand alive. I think this
hand alive
doesn't make any sense for me, but I think it's the one that matches there.
Isn't it a better idea to revisit one of the answers you already gave? We have sense, we have gesture, and alive, but you also put believed, widely believed, make up,
hand believed it. I think it doesn't possible.
No. But actually, for hand, you still haven't chosen. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's not wrong, but you're going to need one
Mm,
that you just put it not in the incorrect place. So go ahead. Hand.
I can also use hands up. Hands up I can also use.
Let me give you a hint. I just mentioned that. I mean, it is actually the topic of this class. Hand.
Hand gesture.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, hand gesture. Yes.
That's it. That's it. Hand gesture. Now, what else we have?
Thumbs, spare life.
Okay, spare alive. Now you
And
have to make a
thumb.
decision. Yeah, now I have to make a decision because I guess you misplaced one of the words.
Probably
Hand
it's
gesture is
believe it.
okay. Spare alive is okay. High five is okay. I cannot argue with that.
Makeup is not.
Well, makeup is actually, yeah, it is a phrasal verb, but we are looking for a different expression here.
Ah, yes. Okay, we are talking about gesture expressions probably, and makeup it's not. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. All right. Thumbs up. And then we have
Makes sense. Oh,
make
that
sense.
makes sense.
Does it make sense?
Yes, of course. It's because I think the first one I did was makeup,
Mhm.
and
That's it.
okay.
It makes sense. I mean, it is it's already used. It's also used. I mean, it's actually a phrasal verb, but in this case here, we are talking about collocation. A collocation is actually some words that ask for another word. That doesn't mean that they are going to be together and that the meaning of those words are going to change, which is the case of the phrasal verb. The phrasal verb, most of the time, the verb changes its meaning, or at least it's a bit different, not like a big change, but it is a bit different. In this case, it's pretty much the same. It makes sense. It's yes, it's kind of just like that. I mean, it's obvious. But that's it. That's it. Now we're going to listen to.
Widely believed, it's something that a lot of people believe in. That's
Mhm,
it.
That's it. That's it.
And spare life.
Spare alive. Yeah. When you are, for example, I don't know in what situation I could use that, but when you are in danger and you escape, the destiny spared your life. Like you saved your life. You yeah, it's basically it. Saved a life, to save a life, to separate your life. Yes, you were saved, you were rescued. So spare a life, like for example, in a war, you are in a war and then you survive. So the enemies spared your life. Yes, something like that. Usually it's in this context. And what else makes sense? Spare a life, widely believed. So widely believed, it's not that they are always going to be together. I mean, believed can be used in any different situations, but when you want to say that, we want to use these specifically words: widely believed. We don't say largely believed or greatly believed. We say widely believed. Do you get it? That's why we call them collocations. All right. Let's see. Let's listen. And while we listen, we're going to pay attention to these. They're going to tell the story of these four gestures here: the salute, thumbs up, high five, and handshake. All right. Then we're going to come here and try to fit the words into the sentences here according to the listening. Okay, let's do it.
This recording is from the British Council.
Earlier on in today's lecture, I mentioned the importance of hand gestures and said that I'd touch on some of these. Pardon the pun. Hand gestures are, of course, often culturally bound and can vary from group to group. But there are a few of them which, if not universal, are very common indeed around the world. I'd like to focus on the history of 4 gestures in particular: the salute, the thumbs up, the high five, and the handshake. The salute, a gesture most associated with the military, may have originated in the 18th century. The Grenadier Guards, one of the oldest regiments of the British Army, used helmets in the form of cones. These were held in place by chin straps. It was difficult to raise your helmet when greeting someone, so the soldiers simply touched their head with one short movement of the hand before quickly putting it back down again at their side. The thumbs-up gesture apparently goes back a lot further. It's widely believed that this gesture goes back to Roman times, when gladiators fought in front of the emperor and eager crowds in the Colosseum. The fallen gladiator's fate was decided by the audience. If they felt he had fought well, they showed their approval with a thumbs-up gesture. The emperor would then confirm this and thereby would spare the gladiator's life. If the crowd gave a thumbs down, on the other hand, that meant execution. However, there are no reliable historical references to thumbs going either up or down in the Colosseum. It may be that if the crowd wanted to spare the gladiator's life, then they would actually cover up their thumb and keep it hidden. They would only extend their hand and thumb if they wanted the gladiator killed. This actually makes more sense, as the emperor could much more easily see what the crowd was indicating when looking out over a huge arena. The high five hand gesture is almost universally used as a greeting or celebration. Many see its origins in baseball. 2 US teams lay claim to inventing the high five: the Los Angeles Dodgers in 1977 or the Louisville Cardinals in 1978. It's quite likely that it was neither, and the gesture might have a much earlier origin again. It is very similar to a 1920s jazz age gesture known as the low five or giving skin. This gesture involved people slapping each other's lower hands, also in celebration. There are in fact numerous references to the low five in films of the era. Perhaps the high five is just an evolution of that gesture. The final gesture I'm going to mention today is the handshake. It dates back as a greeting at least as far as ancient Greece. In the Acropolis Museum in Athens, the base of one of the columns shows goddess Hera shaking hands with Athena, the goddess of wisdom and courage. It's thought that shaking hands rather than bowing or curtsying showed both parties as equals. In 17th century marriage portraits in Europe, we find many examples of handshakes between husband and wife. Now, of course, the handshake has a multitude of uses: meeting, greeting, parting, offering congratulations, expressing gratitude, or completing an agreement. In sports or other competitive activities, it is also done as a sign of good sportsmanship. In this way, the gesture has not strayed from its original meaning to convey trust, respect, and equality.
All right. So, did you take notes?
Yes, I did, but I had a problem with the first one, the salute, because I was trying to take some notes here, and I just forgot the audio was going because I was focused writing, and then I said, "Oh my God, the audio has already finished, and I'm still here writing." But that's okay.
The problem with note taking is that if we don't have a very good strategy, a very good technique to write a piece of information in less than a second, you will probably lose track of the listening.
Yes, actually, I have to write and pay attention at the same time.
Yeah, either that or you. This is listening for general ideas. In this part, usually we don't have to care a lot about details.
Writing, yes.
Yeah. There will be moments or there will be listenings in which you will have to pay attention to the details. But in this case, you're going to see that maybe wouldn't be necessary to have taken notes, more careful notes. So the salute, for example, thought to have originated from the blah, 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 British Army, the Grenadier Guards. So what's blah, 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 in your opinion?
Military or something like that?
Military. Oh, remember, according to the rules, you can use 1, 2, or 3 at most. So you think it's the military? Is that it? Military,
yes.
British Army? All right.
Yes.
And soldiers touched head quickly before returning their head back down to blah, blah, blah.
Actually, I don't know. This one, really, I don't know.
All right, let's move on. Then we go to the transcript. Just check. Thumbs up. Originally thought to be a symbol to save the life of blah, blah, blah in ancient Rome. In this case, you might want to use more than one word.
Wait, save the life of, I know the word. People that fight on the arena. Gladiators.
Yeah. Gladiators. All right, let's see. Gladiators, just that?
Yes.
Okay. However, evidence suggests that the crowds actually blah, blah, blah their thumbs if they wanted to spare his life.
Actually, wait. Thumbs up to spare his life. No, actually, up their thumbs if they wanted to spare his life. Actually, no, because they were saying that they have a different. Actually, I don't remember. They have a different gesture. I remember. So
you know that, but the problem you have to
yes,
fit in the sentence. That's the problem.
Yeah, so it was easier for the king or the person responsible to see the opinion of the audience, but I actually don't remember what I have to use here. Evidence suggests that the crowds usually...
The crowds actually, it's a verb you have to use here, but what verb?
Point their thumbs. No, not point. If they want to spare his life, I don't know. I'm gonna have a 0 in this exercise.
Now, high five. Origins are not from the world of baseball, but from the 1920s. Blah, blah, blah.
Jesus Christ. Origins are not from the world of baseball, but from the 19s. Jesus Christ, Celine. Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, you haven't listened at all to this part, right?
No, I actually heard only the first one, the salutes, I had problems.
Okay.
But actually I don't remember the word. No, I don't, this one.
Okay. So handshake. Evidence of these gestures go back to the blah, blah, blah.
Greece. Goes back to Greece.
Greece.
I don't know, probably.
I don't know either. There's nothing, I mean, there's nothing before that. Just maybe to be more specific. Evidence of this gesture goes back to Greece. Goes back
to. Actually, I'm using only one word in each one. So actually, I will have a problem. Goes back
yeah,
to.
probably.
I don't know. Just remember that it was talking about the goddess. They were shaking hands.
Was it in modern Greece?
Modern Greece, yes, of course.
Really?
No, old Greece. Is it old?
How do
No.
we call old Greece? Is it old Greece? We don't call old Greece. We call
Ancient Greece?
that's it. Ancient
Is that?
Greece. Ancient
Ancient
Greece.
Greece. Wow. It was a guess.
And what? Okay. And in 19th century art, we see examples of handshakes between
goddess? No. In the center, we see examples of handshakes between. I don't remember. Between what? Between what, Aline? Between four hands. Four people.
Between.
What does that mean?
What's that? I mean,
no finger.
Here. What do we put here?
Yes. Between wife and husband. Yes.
Okay. Husband and wife. Okay.
It's because you were doing this. I was just thinking
Yeah,
about
that's
Lula.
because I was. It was my mistake. I'm
I was
sorry.
just
I had
thinking
to show
about-
my.
Yes,
I'm too white. I mean, my hand is too white. So.
I was thinking about Lula. So.
Husband and wife. Okay, let's go back to the first one. Let's see if you remember. Thought to have originated, the salute, thought to have originated from the military British Army. Are you going to keep with that? Is it military?
Is it?
Don't we have that meaning implied in the army?
Yes, I know, but actually, I heard that I was writing here.
Oh, you wrote that. So let's
Yeah.
go to the, I mean, let's have the help of the salute. Let's read.
Yeah.
A gesture most associated with the military may have originated in the 18th century. The Grenadier Guards, one of the oldest regiments of the British Army, used helmets in the form of cones. So, yeah, it is the military. But let's see, associated with the military. But the question is, originated from the British Army from what period?
18th century.
The 18th century.
My
Yeah.
God.
Very specific, yes. 18th century. Good. Now, the soldiers touched head quickly before returning their hand back down to, let's check. They had the
Original
helmets in form of
position.
cones. Original position.
Back down again.
Yeah. They would touch their head with one short movement of the head before quickly putting it back down again at their side.
Actually, I was thinking about that, but that was too obviously. Okay, so you touch and you go back again to the original position. I said, no, it's not that.
Yes, their side. Is that it? Their side, right? Right, that's it. And originally thought to be the symbol to save the life of gladiators. Yeah, we can say that. However, evidence suggests that the crowds actually did what with the thumbs if they wanted to spare his life? I mean, it was difficult to do like this all the time, hand thumbs up, hands down. What do they actually do?
to spare his life.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't remember. They said they have a different
They would do
gesture.
this. I mean, there is this one and there's this
This
one.
one. Oh yes, this one and
They
this
would
one.
just do that. Yeah, they would do what?
Okay, so they do that. So actually,
No, this is thumbs down, but they actually
Thumbs
they
down.
don't do that because it's too complicated for the king to for the emperor to see that. Yeah.
So they want. I don't know what they do with their thumbs.
Let's go back to this. The thumbs up gesture apparently goes back a lot further. It's widely believed that the gesture goes back to Roman Empire. And eager crowds in the Colosseum, the fallen gladiator's fate was decided by the audience. If they felt that he had fought well, they showed their approval with a thumbs up gesture. Yeah. The emperor would then confirm this and thereby would spare the gladiator's life. If the crowd gave a thumbs down, on the other hand, that meant execution. However, there are no reliable historical references to thumbs going either up or down in the Colosseum. It may be that if the crowd wanted to spare the gladiator's life, they would actually cover up their thumb and keep it hidden. They would only extend their hand and thumb if they wanted the gladiator killed. This actually makes more sense, as the emperor could much more easily see what the crowd was indicating when looking out over a huge arena. That's what this is not this is counterproductive. Yeah, so they would just do this if they wanted an execution, or just do this or this if they wanted to spare the gladiator's life. So they would actually do what with their thumbs?
Hide their thumbs.
Yeah, so it's in the past, yes, hid, right?
Yes.
That's it. High five. Original origins are not from the world of baseball, but from this one is very hard indeed. High five. Many cities origins in It's quite likely that it was neither, and the gesture might have a much earlier origin again. It is very similar to a 1920s jazz age gesture known as the low five or giving skin. This gesture involved people slapping each other's lower hands, also in celebration. There are, in fact, numerous references to the low five in films of the era. Perhaps a high five is just an evolution of that gesture. So it's from 1920s.
Century? No. Jazz. Oh, jazz age.
Jazz age. Possibly based on the low five, also called giving skin. Yeah?
Yes, giving skin. Yes, this I remember. Low five.
Yeah.
Or giving
now,
skin.
handshake, ancient Greece, husband and wife. I guess we are correct. Whoa. I know why. It's because the jazz age has to have capital letters. And yeah, they do that. And symbol to save the life of a gladiator. A gladiator. Yeah, don't save in a fight to just save the life of one, the one who lost, right? So it makes sense that it's a gladiator. It happens. Don't worry. These ones are just like tricks for us. Now, let's continue. We're not going to do the details thing. Not today. We're going to do in another occasion. Now let's discuss a little bit more yeah, this is it. Okay. Let's talk more about some gestures. What are some good gestures in our country?
Thumbs up like this. It's a good
Mhm.
question. A good question or good gesture.
Okay.
Uh, I don't know. I only use this one. This one probably peace and love.
Okay.
This one I don't know what does it
Hang
mean, but
loose. Hang
hang loose. But
loose. The
I
surfers.
don't.
Yeah.
Probably it's good, but
Mhm.
uh, only that.
Now, what are some insulting gestures in Brazil?
Can I make it here?
Yeah.
This one I know.
Okay,
You have
why? Oh, why do you know insulting gestures?
because I use it more than the other ones. You can use
Really?
your middle
Your
finger
middle finger, yeah.
and do that.
Had
You
to.
can close one of your hands and with the other one you can slap on it. I cannot
Oh,
use it
that's
because
it.
I'm holding the cell phone here.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I you can do this gesture for a person and
Oh, this is not only insulting, but it's dangerous,
oh yes.
depending
Ye-
on who you're doing to. Yeah, who you're
and
giving
where
that.
we are and where we are.
Yeah, that's it.
And actually I just remember these three gesture.
That is there a gesture you remember that in in other countries is not, I mean, it's a good gesture, and in Brazil is an offensive gesture, depending. Yeah, that's it. And it's actually not like this, because we don't do this. I mean, if we do this, people probably won't even understand here in Brazil. Yes, it's an upside down, actually. Yeah.
No,
Uh,
actually, oh yes.
uh,
I was, I
he
was,
was trying to do it.
yeah, yes,
Oh my
yes,
God.
because you said upside down. It's because I do
Yeah.
like this. I don't change, but when you said that, I tried to do it.
Yeah. We don't see people doing this. No, not with this meaning, with
Yes.
insulting meaning. And that was actually the next question. Can you think of some gestures that have different meanings in different countries? We already gave this example. We have.
This one is good because sometimes when we are watching a movie or whatever, a series, and
Mhm.
Americans do this gesture on the movie, and some students say, "Teacher, look what
Yeah.
he's doing." I said, "Well,
Hmm.
guys, it's okay." And
Yeah.
and for them, it's really strange people doing this kind of gesture.
Totally. That's how they learn about culture. Also, they should learn that if we have this difference, something here that is offensive, there is not at all offensive. We have the other way around. Something that in here looks normal could be really offensive in other countries. Like, for example, this gesture here. It is highly offensive. Have you seen that? Yeah, it's
No,
high. It's actually the same. It's the same as giving the finger to an English person.
we also have this
You
one,
do
but
this.
it's another situation.
No, actually, when you do this, it's a move. It's a moving gesture. You do this. When you do this,
Ah, okay.
yeah, you're giving the finger to the person. So it's really offensive. Yeah, we don't know that. And also the peace and love sign, when you do with showing the back of your hands in Asia, in some countries in Asia, it's also highly offensive. Don't do that.
Jesus
Just don't.
Christ. If I
Yeah,
go there, I have to think about that. Oh,
you have to
I
hide your
want
hands.
that's
No, don't try that.
probably don't try. If I want to make a peace and love sign, I have to think
Yeah,
about
it
it.
should be like
To,
this. Yeah, if you do this,
okay.
if you show the back of your hand, you're doomed. Totally doomed. You're gonna be there. No, you're not. You're gonna be a
Okay.
prisoner. I mean, have you ever made a social mistake using wrong gestures?
No, as far as I remember, no. I don't
No.
think so. Do I?
No, I don't know. Just
Or did I actually? Actually, I thought you were just remembering about
no,
something. Say,
I
oh,
don't
okay,
remember
that's
those
it.
things. I am a very polite woman. I don't remember bad stuff like this. Like, I mean, something about etiquette. I'm very, I don't really care about that. But anyway, I actually, not a social mistake, but a kind of it was a funny situation. Someone was just waving to, this happens a lot actually, because I'm a goofy person and people are waving to another person that's probably behind
Did
me and I think it's for me and I just reply then I look back and I see there's another person behind me.
yes, I
That
used to do
happens.
it a lot, but nowadays I have a strategy. I
Mm,
just look to
you
my
look
back.
before.
Yes, of course. If there is no one there, I look to the person and I point to myself and I say, me? And then the person say, yes. So now
Just to make
I can
sure.
wave, of course.
I used to do that because as a teacher, I mean, we know a lot of people that we actually don't remember. Yes, we forget about
Actually,
their faces.
actually, I have a strange story about that. I was going to the work. It was a long time ago, and I was late. It was, as I remember, 4:30 in the morning, and I was going to Niterói. And I had
Mm,
to take the bus to a place. In this place, I had to take another bus, and then I think I used to get three
wow.
buses to go to Niterói.
Uh-huh.
And I was very late in the first bus stop, and a car was passing, and it stopped and said, like a van.
Uh-huh.
That we in Brazil we say
Yeah, we have
lotada,
this.
Belfor Roxo.
Yeah, we have this custom.
But
Yeah, it's
but
just a
the
funny
guy
thing.
but the guy was playing with another person that was in the bus stop with me.
Okay.
And I thought, I'm late. I never get this kind of transportation. But today I will. So I just
Hmm.
go there and enter in the
Hmm.
car. And when I
Ah.
reach my destination, I asked the driver, how much is it? And the driver said, no, it's not. You can go. It's for free. I was just playing with my friend and you entered, so that's okay.
Oh,
So I said,
Jesus
okay.
Christ. I don't believe that. I would have died. I would have died. Because I mean, I keep those things in my head for a long, long time. Whenever I make this kind of mistake.
And I said,
Jesus.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And then I had to
And the
go because
funny thing is
I
that
was
the
like,
guy didn't say anything. I mean, what are you doing? Nothing, nothing. He was
yes,
just playing along.
yes.
That is the
Anyway,
most,
that
I
was
mean, that
funny.
is the craziest story I've ever heard. I mean, that indeed, it's okay. Very nice, very nice. Adventures. Anyway, what gesture in our culture do you think is unique from other cultures? What do you think?
I think the internet is not good. Just a moment.
Did you read the question? What gesture in your culture do you think is unique from other
Mm,
cultures?
uh, Aline, the internet stopped, but now it's okay again. What what's the question were you asking?
What gesture? Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, I can.
So it is the one that is highlighted in bold.
Okay.
What gesture in your culture do you think is unique from other cultures?
None of them.
None of them?
Uh, no. Maybe the one from Indians, probably doing slapping on the mouth to symbolize they are dancing, or
Mm.
I
We
don't
have the
know.
native, the American natives. Don't they do that?
I don't know because Brazil always copy all the things from the other country, so nothing is
Yeah.
original here.
Probably. You're probably right. Yeah, I don't know, but maybe the Indians have this kind of communication. I mean, we live in the same continent, so they might have got it from the same place. I mean, same ideas. And we already went over this, but what gestures, in your opinion, are understood by people anywhere in the world?
Um,
It's your opinion. You cannot know, but I mean,
Aline, can you hear me?
yes, I'm listening. My audio is okay. You're just freezing sometimes.
Okay. I said shaking hands and thumbs up.
Okay. Shaking hands and thumbs up. Yeah, I guess so too. Yeah.
Actually, in some countries, shaking hands is considered obscene. But
Really?
yes, for
Where?
example, Arabic countries, you cannot shaking hands with. You cannot touch actually a woman.
Yeah, the touching in general for them is a taboo. Indeed.
Yeah, so it's considered obscene. But
Especially women. They don't care about men. I mean, men can kiss or make out in public, but women cannot be touched in public,
yes,
at least. But that's it. Do you think gestures help you to understand others and express yourself, or
of
are they
course.
sometimes confusing and distracting?
No, they help because sometimes this is part of our communication. So we just don't communicate with our voice, with our we use our body, we use our gesture to communicate. I don't even have to say a word to ask you the time.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's true. That's true. That's why when we learn another language, a second, third language, we should also try to learn a little bit of their gestures as well, because you really need them to. I mean, in English is kind of easier in that part, because in that feature, because they don't do a lot of gestures, active gestures to help communicate, but they just emphasize stuff most of the time. They do that with the intonation mostly, but they do have very good gestures we can use. But I mean, a lot of other languages use those gestures to help, so it's really important. And let me just do one more just to finish, we are almost done here. Oh, that's good. Have you ever described something to someone on the phone and realized you were using gestures, even though the person could not see you?
all the time.
Because I do that. I mean, it's
All
crazy.
the time.
I
Actually,
was
nowadays we send message, audio message, doing that, and all the time.
that's true. But sometimes I just caught myself pointing. I mean, giving directions and pointing to the, you should do this and this and this and that. I was like pointing in the middle of the street.
If I have a paper and a pencil or a pen in my hand, I started to drawing what I'm doing, like explaining to the person, giving directions. There's a street, so I draw the street, and then you just have to, I don't know, cross the street, and I'm doing that in the paper, but I'm sending an audio message. That's really crazy.
Do you think this is a way for, maybe it's just a way that our brains have to help communicate? I mean, maybe we think better when we do that with those gestures.
Yes, actually I'm communicating, and if I were face to face to a person, probably it would be in that way. I don't
Mhm.
think so. Our brain can make difference between this kind of communication. It's communication, so I'm gonna use it the
Mhm.
same way, face to face or on a
Yeah,
phone
yeah,
like that. So I
yeah.
think we do that without knowing that we are doing that.
It makes sense. I agree.
Okay.
And yeah, and that I guess that's it. We have the other questions, but we discussed a lot about this, so I guess we have done a very good job. Um, Still, I mean, I always prepare a lot of things that I end up not using. It happens, but that's good because it means that we have produced a lot. And about the listening, we're going on. We're continuing working with the listening, our listening strategies, because I feel that we don't practice listening enough. Although we, of course, we listen to music and we do a lot of listening in general, but we don't practice the techniques to get, I mean, the listening as
Uh-huh.
a task. Yes, as a real task. So we're going to continue practicing that. In next class, we're going to do this reading activity that I was planning to do today, but our time is up. So I have to go. You have to go as well. Yes.
Okay. Bye bye
Thank you
and see
very
you next
much.
class.
Bye bye. See you.